Hello there, and today I want to talk about a couple of articles that I found online. One news article broke out today. The other two are a couple of days old, um, or not as important. So here we go. The first article that I want to go over is something very interesting and pretty damn cool. So basically, Nintendo announced today, just out of the blue, that they are going to produce a Super NES Classic Edition. And if you look at the picture of the article, link in description, you'll see that it's just as big as the NES Mini. So basically it's the same concept for a Super Nintendo instead of the NES, the original Nintendo Entertainment System. But the Super Nintendo only comes with 21 games for some reason. Um, I guess maybe because they don't want to barge in the Virtual Console too much. I don't know. So it comes with 21 games, HDMI cable, USB AC charger adapter, and two controllers, not one. And hopefully this time it's longer than 4 inches. And they cost $80, not 60. So I guess Nintendo learned their lesson from. Well, I'm speaking too soon. Let's assume that Nintendo learned its lesson, and they can charge a little bit more for the product. You can actually get an emulator online, if you look hard enough. I can't tell you guys for legal reasons, but if you find an emulator and you're able to find the ROMs and have it all legitimately installed in your computer, you can get that running on your computer pretty quickly. The problem is
that was so weak.
that I don't think Nintendo really learned their lesson, but everybody saw this coming after Nintendo's huge success with the NES Classic Edition. We knew this was coming, and at least we all hoped for it this year. Personally, I thought Nintendo was going to ramp up NES mini production this year before they announced that they were going to kill it, and the Super NES was going to come out next year, 2018, to give people more time to buy the NES. That's what I was thinking. I have no basis for that thought. Maybe that's just what I was hoping. But now we have the Super NES Mini. I just hope Nintendo doesn't fuck this up like it did with the NES Mini. Only Nintendo lovers on YouTube and other media sites got them, and everybody else had to go through a bidding war on eBay. Fucking Nintendo. Are you going to pull that shit again? I think so. I really do, because they're Nintendo and they keep doing the same shit. However, the Switch, if you're lucky on a good day, you can go to a Target and they'll have a couple. Target that I live nearby, I saw on 2 separate occasions. I think one was in early May and the other one was earlier this month. In early May or something like that, I saw a couple of Nintendo Switches, so you could buy them. They had 2 left, and I actually saw some kids thinking about buying it, but I don't think they could afford it. And then last time, a couple of weeks ago in early June, I saw another one, just one this time. But then if you go back the next day, they're gone. So you just gotta act quickly. If you want a Nintendo Switch and you see it, you're lucky enough to see it at the store, just buy it. Okay. The next article talks about how the Switch could get more Wii U re-releases. And that's from GameSpot, link in description. AKA, we are running out of ideas. AKA, we are trying to milk our customers. AKA, we know nobody owned the Wii U, so hopefully new people will buy these games. I fall into the last camp. So I didn't have a Wii U, so I did buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That was pretty fun. I still play it with my wife. It's good. If they re-release a couple of good games for the Wii U, I think I'll pick some up, just because I never got to play them on the Wii U, and hopefully they look better and maybe some added features. So the article was talking about that. Next article, which is from the 6faxis.com. So this talks about PlayStation VR and GT Sport Gran Turismo. Okay, so basically GT Sport won't be in VR in the complete version. They'll have like a VR tour, and that's what the creators said, which is more like a soft drive demo than real VR. Which sucks, because I thought VR was really going to take off this time. maybe it's gonna die off like 3D did several years ago. You know, you saw all these 3D TVs in 3DS, and you know, nobody really cared about 3D. Really, I do actually, but a lot of people don't, and I can see why not. But I really do like watching 3D movies. So, in my opinion, that's great, and I'll tell you why. Now, I know I just said I love VR, or I love 3D, but I don't really love VR. Because, quite honestly, the way VR has been portrayed in movies and TV, it's not at all what it really is like in real life. So in movies and TV shows, someone going to VR doesn't even know they are in VR. That happens a lot of times. They get lost in the world. Or they do know that they are in VR, they quickly get really lost in that world. So a good example is the show Sliders. It's a very old show from the 90s. There was this one episode where they'll kind of get sucked into VR, and I think one of the problems is if you're there too long, you'll get lost in the world, and your mind will go completely into the world, and it will lose touch with real reality, you know. But the problem is that in that show, I think if somebody injects you something to make you go to sleep, and then they put the VR headset and everything inside of you, and you wake up, you won't know you're in VR. You can't tell the difference. But the way VR is now, I am sure I can tell the difference if I wake up wearing a giant headset and holding joysticks or whatever you have to hold in your hands. I guess the only way to have VR like they do in the movies is to have human minds directly hooked up to the supercomputer, almost like a Neuralink, like in the Matrix. But even then, once you are aware of reality, you know you're in VR. I guess maybe true VR, the way I picture it, would be kind of like in the movie Repo Man. Have you seen that? Basically, people don't know that they're in virtual reality, and it's kind of scary. But you know, also in the Matrix, if you never experience the real world, you won't know that you're in virtual reality. So that's a philosophical discussion for another time. But basically, this article talks about how even the creator doesn't really like VR. And if you read the article, it's a short one, but if you read it, you'll see that he's kind of not 100% on board with VR. So that sucks. Alright, I'll catch you later. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye.
That was fucked up. 2 cores on 1 Titan. Good job, though.
Oh, what? They only had 3.